Welcome everybody and welcome to All in All United. The usual suspects, your boys Reman Nick on the inside, and today we have, we have Coach Fire Marshall, and I don't know Nico, I don't know if Callum Marshall is only coming when we winning games. What's going on?
Or you don't want the coach of the program when we lost that?
We have Coach Fire Marshall and we have Simeon on the inside, And this is the first time for Simeon. Simeon is one of those who usually in the comments, and we try to give those who are in the comments the opportunity to come on and, voice their views and their opinions, So I want to give Simeon the opportunity to, introduce himself and let the people know about you.
I've been a United fan since did the Dwight York, Cole, Solskjaer, Beckham, just so got so used to that winning, man. So that was my introduction to United. It's kind of like had a break. I went to US, got busy, lost track of the team, and I came back and I was like, what's going on, man? So I came and check out All United to see what's going on, and here I am, my boy Kareem,
Yeah, man.
Stuff from the boys' government days, So
here
I am, man.
For sure. Right, nice. I'm glad to have you on the inside with us, man. Callum, what you saying?
All right, good. My volume just drop off just so I don't know what's going on with the mobile fight them or. Oh, so nice stuff here, you guys.
Yes.
I don't know why the volume seems to drop right off. I'm gonna switch the headphones and see if I hear you all better because I have a lot to say tonight. Apparently, you all hear me, so I can go ahead and talk in the meantime.
Yeah, you could go ahead and talk.
But you see, once I put up coach, I come into our matches. How you all hear me now?
Yeah,
perfect. Yo, yeah, Richard, welcome, perfect. Man. Thanks for joining, Richard.
Well, I hear you all perfect now. So let's start. Yeah. You know how as I told you.
Callum, we just wait to just introduce again. We'll get to these points when you
everybody know me at this stage, man. I don't think I need the fire marshal, the coach, to introduce himself again.
All right, nice. We taking that.
If I get introduction again, think bad enough.
It's a while enough. When was the last time we win on the house here?
Yes, sometimes big player doesn't be the team for a while, but they still a big player,
I hear you.
And all in your United are a big player,
I hear you.
But for just in case for those who don't know, Fire Marshal's name, a loyalist of Manchester United since the 1998 season. When I really started to fall in love with the beautiful game, I was a Dwight York fan in the Premiership at Aston Villa. When York went to United, I also transferred him to United. And after those beautiful years when York was leaving, we had a heart-to-heart. I told him, what, I'm staying. So he went on to, I think, Sunderland, one of those teams. And, I wish him the best of luck, I mean, I say, this nigga, and he was gone, what. So and after that, I fell in love with not just the club, but primarily Sir Alex Ferguson. How we could take a quote-unquote a mediocre player and make him a world beater. Remember, like Park Jin-sung, people like Fletcher. But even in Neville brothers, let me be real. Even though Gary Neville and Philip Neville is legends at Manchester United, you couldn't really put them anywhere and expect any major results. But Sir Alex Ferguson make them Johnny Evans.
Johnny Evans is still but I find he's still decent, though.
No, you hear the word decent, but we were beating the world with him. And this and going straight into my point tonight, this is what I'm starting to have a little heart for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because when you look at the team, as a coach, and I had the unique approach tonight, because usually I look at the game and then we comment right when you message me, but I was out today, so I missed the game. I was following, just taking the snippets and seeing the scores and things, so I knew what happened. So now when I came to actually watch the game before tonight's show, I actually was analyzing the game as opposed to watching the game with the emotion.
Right.
And what I saw tonight was a travesty. if Dembaba was a little more clinical and Leipzig was a little Istanbul were a little luckier, we could have been looking at a 4 or 3, If we were playing against Europe's premier strikers like a Haaland or Aubameyang or Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, the same exact game, the same exact service, the game would be fall easily. And look at the goals we scored. I'm thankful for the victory. But where we are winning the games, because whether we want to like it or not, the quality we have in front is winning a lot of games for us. Because Rashford is quality, Bruno, great stuff, and look at the game. We had this situation where Dembaba threw away 2 headers in the first half. It had one where he got down on the byline and he was blocked by Maguire, and even the goals Istanbul conceded. The first goal was a wilder from Bruno Fernandes. That is not a training ground routine. That is a corner coming clear and Bruno Fernandes showed with some magic. The second goal, the Turkish goalkeeper, he's also Turkey national team goalkeeper. 100 times out of 101, he catches that ball. He made a mistake and Bruno was lucky. He even smiled when he dropped on his foot. He scored it. The penalty, childish defending. School. If my defender do it in a minor league, I bench you. You already scored the man wide. He can't do anything again. You're going bank on your goalkeeper making that save. You trip to the ground, penalty. And the last goal, now that is this new Manchester United. Because if you analyze the 4 segments of the game as we do as coaches, what your team do in possession, what your team do out of possession, the transition from defense to offense, and the transition from offense to defense, our strongest part of the game as Manchester United at this point in time is the transition from defense to offense. And that's why Daniel James was able to score what we'll call the new Manchester United goal. So the last goal is when we do what we play for. The other 3 were gifts from God, Bruno Fernandes. And the next one was a gift from the Turkish goalkeeper. And the third one was a gift from the defender. All those are what you call coachable mistakes. So against a team that plays in a higher league with a higher, no disrespect to Turkish league, but if it's one of the even a Dutch team, a German team, a Spanish team who compete regularly at a higher level of competition, these mistakes are minimized. So tonight, I would say we will always get our passing mark on the first aspect of the game, the transition from defense to offense. That's our game. No argument about it because we have speedy attackers. The transition from offense to defense, we get a failing mark. But look at the amount of time Istanbul was to get behind us, especially wide. Tellez size was suspect, but I taking Tellez over Luke Shaw any day, so I look with you, brother. One or 2 times when Basaksehir you have to beat him. I get the difference of passing mark tonight. Barely, the guy like a 51. It's only because we didn't concede the goals, but really and truly, it is still not enough to be best in the world. The next aspect of the game, what we do when we have the ball in possession, it is obviously improving slightly because of Bruno Fernandes. He came on the team, like the Lord said, you know what, all you faithful Manchester United fans like Callum, I'll give you a gift because they're holding on, and we get Bruno Fernandes. So all of a sudden, now, what we do in possession of the ball has improved. Not enough to be world beaters, because I accept nothing short for Manchester United than to be the best club in the world. Not number 2, not number 3, not to be getting there, number 1. And the last part, what we do out of possession. No, that's why we tend to beat anybody, and we even do better against the bigger teams, because once you could put 3 banks of players behind the ball like we do when we play in people like City, Liverpool, who dominate possession against us. Even at Barcelona, you'll be surprised how well we look against Barcelona right now, because Barcelona defense is slow. So once we put our 11 players behind the ball and we break down, we're going to counter very quickly. So, in closing, because I know I could talk all night on this topic.
Yeah, we know
that. We have to understand something. We were effective tonight and we got a result, but let's take a look at what we've been having to do. We must play with 2 defensive midfielders. Right there, any team playing with 2 defensive midfielders cannot win any big competition. Simple. Because we are losing.
But I disagree with that point, and I'm going to tell you why. But
when I don't go tell me which team play. No, it might have 2 men have defensive midfielder. Talking about 2 men who had to play defensive midfielder, because if you notice, we are playing Van der Beek as a defensive midfielder right now. Are you taking away from his game? If you put Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi to play defensive midfield, they ain't going to look like they're looking, because they're not the strongest position. They're not using them to the best of the assets. If I got the commentator knocking on him tonight and saying, no, they need more from him. How the hell they will get more from the man I have him playing defensive midfield? We know he can play a number 10 and number 9 role if he needs to be. That's where now, mind you, he put in work here. I respect him. And I even had to dip my hat and say, oh gosh, boy, The Venezuelan who have the Brazilian passport, they look so bad tonight, you know, putting some work. But still, I don't care. Nobody tell me I know no Brazilian. But anyhow, it's not my issue. I'll let Simo get in or something. But so that's my views on the game for the time being.
All right, nice. So before I go over to Nico, I just want to get some comments, right? So Rian, welcome, man. Thanks for joining. Iron Lion, we're glad you're on the inside, man. Rudy, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. He's saying was a game of two halves for sure. Yeah,
Definitely,
no doubt. Iron Lion said this caused a lot of problems, and I think that's the that was the wide player for Istanbul.
Yes.
You know, I mean, we saw today.
And what side he was on? Their right hand side, Manchester United left hand side, and where did they get the most success from? Right there. It was clear as day.
I think they saw a lot of possession on both sides, but more so in the second half than the first half, and that's I think when we dropped off. You know, it was a game.
The possession Saturday was 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah.
Because I think in the second half we surrendered a lot of possession and we allowed them to play. But Nico, a game, two halves, I think Rudy said it. The first half is what we really want to see, what we would like to see on a regular basis from Manchester United. You know, full attacking flow. You know, we maintain possession. We transition the ball really, really nice for most parts. You know, what was your thoughts generally on the game?
One touch football.
All right. First and foremost, I say forget that comment though. It's like I forget that comment from Richard earlier in the dance. I don't know if that was I don't know if you forget that for
which one? Let me bring it in. Richard, how Marcel Droughton and Rennie T?
You're good. First thing first. Let me deal with this. Right. No, to be fair to Marshall, let's be fair. He didn't have his best of games today, but once again, Marshall is an out and out number 11 striker. And you know he's playing wide now. He was actually to work wide, and then we have to understand when we play Greenwood, Marshall, these guys are players wide in our attacking three. You know we have defending responsibilities, and they ain't good at it. Let me be real, Marshall can't defend to save his life, but he's a footballer. So he's aware of his responsibility. So if you notice, he's getting pulled back to help us. He was on the left hand side, so it was a lot of things to tell us. And even on the other side tonight, we had Rashford was doing a lot of work to help Van Basaksehir. But Van Basaksehir is a bigger and more physical player, and as we rightly said, the Istanbul player, Viscous or his name is, he was fantastic tonight. You know? They were just unlucky, you know. In another game, we could have been looking at a 4-3 or 5 or 4 or something like that. You know? So Marshall was outside tonight. He's only human, you know, and you know, I'm not going against my cousin.
I'm not accepting that Marcel was outside tonight. The only thing that Marcel lacked today, this evening, was a goal. But anyway, we'll get to that. Nico, let me hear you.
Yeah, I echo a lot of the sentiments from Callum, a lot, not all. I think definitely the first 35 minutes, I think that is where we played our football. I think we came out real positive. I think I was surprised at the pace and the intent we had on the ball. I think we played the ball forward a lot and faster. I think that would have definitely contributed to the technicalities or the technical type players on the field at that point. I think the players like Van der Beek, you saw where he was getting that ball going forward a lot. And I think how we set up today, Bruno had a lot more space to play with today. I think a lot of the times you saw Bruno with a lot of space. You know, where he could have played the one touch and move and without being restricted a lot. And I think that only came up because of the amount of quality we had on the field today. And I think it showed. I think Tellez again was a better fresh air with the quality in the crossing. I think the first goal, the second goal was testament to his quality on the crossing. Yes, we would say it was an error. For the second goal. The first goal by itself was a beauty. As I would say, that school-esque. This is you could remember when you seen a composed school for Manchester United. And that would have taken me back.
Sometimes Roy Keane.
Sometimes Roy Keane, but to me, Scholes was my favorite player for United. So that take me straight back to a Paul Scholes type finish, you know. So I
Definitely.
think that was unstoppable. But it all came from the quality from Tellez. Second goal again, as we said, was a mistake from the goalkeeper. But we had so much quality going forward at the time, which again could be contributed to playing the one defensive midfielder with a little more technicality with Van der Beek compared to maybe a McTominay, right? It worked. It worked for that period. I think after going 3 goals up, I think we definitely took our foot off the gas, and they came back into the game. I think we didn't keep up the momentum. I think we had a game coming up at the weekend, in our minds. You know, I mean, you saw it even with the substitutions that Oli made. I think even with the substitutions, the whole momentum of the game changed in the second half. However, you know, I mean, it's a victory I would take, as Callum would have said, and another day we could have been ripped apart from a better team. And Reeves, I would have tell you that I tell you. We get away today with the one defensive midfielder, but on another day we had to play 2. You know, and
we play with 2 defensive midfielders today.
No, what I mean, I wouldn't consider Van der Beek as a real strong defensive midfielder. He played that role, but I think, let me say, in terms of Fred and McTominay, when I get more steal.
I understand what you're saying.
So we lacked that steal with Van der Beek. We didn't have that. You know, so
I think what a tactical decision he made in terms of
I agree.
In terms of putting some more quality on the pitch, because Istanbul doesn't have as much quality as the other team, so we could afford to even though we play them in our defensive midfield position, we'd have some more time on the ball and less defensive battling to do. That's why
with a better team, we definitely had to go back. We had to go back stronger with our steal, because the back four look real shaky. I think anytime you get Maguire or even Lindelof in a one-on-one with a speedy attacker running against them, without that support, without that protection, I think we'll be in some trouble. So it worked today. I think definitely I'll get Oli for taking that bold step, you know, to put out that attacking team. I think that was a full attacking team. You know, you gotta give him kudos for that. And today it worked. You know, we have some other games coming up next week against who we playing? Is Leipzig or PSG?
PSG next week.
If PSG next week could have been a formality to me if he took the first leg against Istanbul seriously.
You sure it's not like we're playing first?
No, PSG next week.
And you reverse the order?
Nah,
PSG and Leipzig last.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank God. We gotta go to Germany last where we had some problems there, because that loss we lost in Istanbul, I am afraid it could come back to haunt us.
Exactly.
Because we are on 9 points, those both teams are on 6. PSG coming to England and beating us, unfortunately, is not such a hard thing to do. Not impossible. And then we go in Germany and in the last game looking fit in Germany. That could be a problem. And I'm putting my head on a block. They're going to beat Istanbul. So we in a relatively precarious position right now. We should have done our job.
And now I was saying, even when we went Istanbul, even if we didn't have Lindelof, we shouldn't change Lindelof and De Gea at the same time. You know, you do have Lindelof and you play Tonzebe, still play De Gea, right? Because you still had that familiarity with Maguire and De Gea, comparing to you're changing Lindelof, you're bringing in Tonzebe, and you're replacing the goalkeeper Henderson. To me, that was a no-no. I think we paid for that. But that is my opinion, of course. You know, so I really hope it don't come back to bite us down in the tail.
All right. So Simeon, give us your general thoughts on the game now.
Nice jersey, by the way.
I mean, no, I mean, like what you guys were saying, like, you know, it was good to see quality in the pitch, like one-touch football, everybody moving, you know, one pass made, you know, and everybody know what's going to happen 3 passes later on. It's like you can see a system working, you know, like with McTominay or Matic, like you feel like, you know, anytime not Matic, like for Fred. But Fred played better today. He played a lot better today as far as attacking wise. He got a little bit carried away sometimes, but he fed off that attacking flow. You could see that Van de Beek, that every pass he made was forward. He wasn't looking to, okay, well, I'll get the ball. It mightn't be as flashy as a Bruno, but it was a pass that led to, you can see 3 more passes, right away. Like everyone was on the same page. And it felt good to have that flow, like one-touch movement in attack. Defense, well, I just don't understand how, I mean, we pay these guys good money. How much McGuire makes? I mean, we're paying them to play defense. We're playing to play defense, but we have to have, we have to have people back there to hide them. I mean, you can see that when Istanbul started to come back, it was too open, much too open. We couldn't shut it down. But the quality, in attack was there to see, and it's like, as a fan who likes the attacking football, it's like, you want to see more of that. I know we're going to be, exposed in the back, but at some point, these guys have to start playing well. I mean, we can't just, what happened against West Brom? We had 2 holding midfielders. I mean, and the offense didn't do much. I mean, we struggled to score against that team. So we need to figure out. I mean, we say balance, but for me, it's, I want to win games, but at the same time, I rather bet on my attacking front than my protecting my back line. So
yeah, I think let me just get through before you comment, Callum. Let me just get some of the comments inside, right? Iron Lion saying we play with 2 defensive midfielders because Oli doesn't trust his centre backs. We need a defensive midfielder like Ndidi or Zakaria, so we can play Bruno in the 8 and Donny in the 10. All right.
I 150% agree.
Yeah. Richard saying Cavani in front of Martial Ream.
I totally 150% disagree.
Watch me. Them fella trying to gas me by Callum boy.
I loyal to my family,
Iron Lion saying agree, play Marcel on the left. All right. And Iron Lion disagreeing with Fire Marshal here. He's saying we play with 1. Van de Beek didn't have that discipline to play as a defensive midfielder.
I disagree. He played the position, but as the game opened up, he came forward because it's his natural game. If you look how they set up, even when they were defending, he and Fred were playing side on. They occupied the positions. But as the game opened up, and he had more, because he was doing a lot more of the work on the left-hand side. He was on that side leaning towards that, and he did a lot of work there. But when the game opened up, he came forward because it's a natural game and the space was there. And I am actually of the opinion, I think Ode, that was the instruction when it on go. And I at least how I will play a Van de Beek. When it on go ahead, brother.
All right. Alan on the inside. Alan, thanks for joining, buddy. He says stop being so negative. Although we win the game.
Let's be positive, man. We go and win the Champions League with this present team, the present standard of play, and we go and win everything in Europe with this present team and the present standard of play. We're being positive.
And Wayne Natty on the inside. Thanks for joining. He said he agreed with Iron Lion. Play Martial on the left. And
Natty, right.
And you have Daniel on the inside as well. Thanks for joining, buddy. He said if Cavani gets regular starts, he would find his form. All right.
The thing with Cavani is even historically, he has take 3-4 chances to score. His work ethic is always there. I mean, how he presses is always impressive, but sometimes he needs 2 or 3 chances to score. At United, chances is a premium at most times.
I think. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think we are in a conundrum as Manchester United. Now, from watching the team more and more, I don't directly blame Ole for the kind of schoolyard nonsensical mistakes we just make. We make a lot of stupid mistakes there. But also, I think Ole is trying to be found wanted. Hear what I'm saying? That. Let's be honest with each other. If Klopp, Guardiola, Diego Simeone, even who else in the Premiership? The coach at Everton right now, help me out here.
Ancelotti.
one of these coaches was Manchester United, do you think we will get a multi-team? Answer. Honestly. I would say comfortably.
Possibly.
The coach is there right now.
I think they'll make up the team different.
But point, whatever they do different, the point being, would we have been getting more? And you know what I would love to get for the team? If you ask me who will take, give me Bielsa from Leeds. I guarantee you, I put him my body on a block. The team will make or break, and he ain't taking that. Now Jose was on the right idea. Just Jose personality didn't work out, and player power beat him in the end. You actually saw the team strike against Jose. But the minute Jose and Ole came in, you still winning right 9 bounce. That's a show that we could do that. So we know, but the level of consistency every time Ole look like he going through the door. A team under pressure, we need a performance. The team performs. So what can we? Let's go the facts. We have the quality. We don't have the consistency. So that is on the players, but it's also on the mind that they get them to play consistent. Because most time we look at our games, it's a mediocre performances, and we know all the players are well below what they can do. Case in point, Pogba. When Pogba is playing at Manchester United, he looks like a schoolboy player. When he goes to France, he's a world beater. But also in fairness to Pogba, he has Kante behind him. So one of the first things I would do as a coach, I would go to the board and tell them, fire me or get me a world-class defensive midfielder. But I done.
As you was saying, right, with those other coaches, I think in terms of spending 80 million on Maguire, they will not do that.
They probably would have. Well, that is
because he's still a footballer they want to play. Maguire's not a footballer.
Yeah, he can't joke it down with them.
No, you understand? So even when Basaka, even that they may not have been haven't spent 50 million on
I no problem with Basaka. He was needed. We were dying on that wing back there. I have no problem with
yes, but it did have more quality at the moment, especially for that price, and even less.
Like who?
More quality. And we would always talk the Ricardo Pereira from Leicester. Quality player going forward and defending.
Quality.
All right.
So
fair, let's start with that 72 players there. Let's start with that never break up the whole defense.
We didn't want Maguire. We didn't take Pereira.
And keep now I line us at the point and let's be real. I point when we get Maguire, we was trying to get somebody else in there.
We was dying, but it had better choices out there. It had better.
No. We
for the style we want to play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Maguire suit the style of football we want to play.
And once again, I am not saying no.
Who would defend in the 6-yard area? When the 18-yard area, he could be one of the best in the world. But the moment he defended with space behind him, we in problems. And we at Manchester United, we would naturally play with a lot of possession, right? Because of the quality we have. So a lot of the times, our central defender will be defending with space behind them. And Maguire is not a type of defender to defend with space behind him. But you see it many times, as long as that speedy, skillful attacker attacking Maguire, he's going to make a mistake.
Now, guys,
right.
let me be realistic.
Before you go ahead, let me just get some comments on the inside, right? Daniel saying this starting 11 starts tonight. This starting 11 that starts tonight starts more regular, man. It would do damage to sides.
I can agree that.
Are you sure? That midfield?
To me, because I don't trust the centre backs that much, I rather more steal in the middle, boy.
Yeah, he's saying, but here there's two.
Especially at home and against teams that we will dominate possession. Yeah, I can see it.
He's also saying, but here there's two. Why are we playing style? Why the playing style be so different when we playing Champions League and Premiership games?
Easy, because the Premiership teams are not continental opponents, and they come at you. So, and we had a more physical, but especially lower end teams. They come to literally fight.
Yeah.
Now, the teams we play in Champions League, all these teams are winners. They are custom dominated team and bullying teams. So they're going to split a little more leeway, and a little more space, and a little more guile. That is why in Champions League, we're actually doing better.
Yeah.
Because most games we are dominating possession, we are pin back behind the ball. Not pin is might be too strong that word, but we are pull back, and then we get to go into our strength. The transition from defense to attack. We are fantastic at that at this point in time. But the Premiership now, outside the top 6, the other teams, we actually dominate them in possession. But these teams are want to suck us in. They want to get them physical battle at us. Because they're sure when they catch Lindelof and Maguire shaking, they'll get goals. So
Right.
obviously we also have to be real about it. Even the great Sir Alex Ferguson, did it in his days. He would play most times the 4-5-1 in Europe according to who he playing. A lot of times when he's going to Spain to play the Barcelona and Real Madrid and so on and so forth. Even when he went to play against Bayern Munich, even when it came to us, he would play a 4-5-1. But we had players like Rooney and in the 2008 team, or even in the 1998 team, we had players like Roy Keane and Scholes that could defend. But the more you break down, they were Scholes. You couldn't tackle to save life, but believe you me, they sure they got jump kick in the midfield. But you also come to with the famous Scholes tackle. You sure that are you sure as a opponent midfielder that the shed blood around Scholes on them, and when Scholes come out, you bring on the keyboard, more bacchanal. And when them come up, you have men like Fletcher, Carrick coming on the field. So we are men that willing to die for the country. Now when you watch 2020, and I line up in the midfielder, and I a big player, and I see Fred, I said, let's smile, get you, boy. No, I mean, I give Fred a hard time, man. Let's be real, he's a
Fred doing well right now.
and I appreciate his work effort there, but I'm gonna maintain this. It's not a knock on Fred, but we can never be world beaters with Fred in the midfield. I don't care what you tell me. We can't win no league, and I love Fred, But once you win the red, you're built in love from me.
All right.
Sorry. I can't see why I win nothing with Fred.
I want to put this one for Simeon here, right? I think Callum, you was talking about this earlier, right? He's saying, to be honest, Daniel, that is, Pogba needs to leave. It's his best decision as a player and for his career. Let me hear you, Simeon. What do you think about that?
I mean, I ain't going to disagree. I'm not going to disagree. But, Pogba right now, we injured now, let's say injured or something.
Yeah.
But before that, you hardly get you hardly get anything from Pogba now. It's like, all those, he might make a pass or two, but even if his passes aren't quite as as they used to be. And it's like, he's supposed to be, he was supposed to be the piece. He was supposed to be the man for United, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, how many games you look at him and say, well, he made a difference in this game? How many games have you looked at Pogba and said, well, Pogba is the reason why we won? And the better question is he the reason we lost some games right now? All those 2 penalties he gave up this season, those 2 penalties, right now he's not playing well. He's not even playing, even when he's, fit. At this point, we could use that money we paid him and get, another, I want to say defender, but we waste too much money on that. But a CDM, get a real CDM in there, and we could do some more damage for the players we have, in there. Not to say I think he's done, but I think as far as United is concerned, we are not getting the best out of him.
We could have a 2-for-1 sale, sell Pogba and give anybody Fred in the pack of the deal.
Callum, why so? But as on it, Callum, we have Mario Guevara. Good night. Thanks for joining. He say, Callum, what's your thoughts on Pogba?
Oh, Sharif, my thoughts on Pogba is simple. Pogba's a player is amazing. He's a world beater. No argument about it. Quality, definitely there. Is Manchester United getting it? Definitely not. So, simple business transaction. We bought him to do our job. He's not doing his job. Yeah, get the money severance pay, pack your bags, Pana born him, see what money you could get for him, and see what you could buy. Because we are missing another world class player, and we have a world class player in form of Pogba. That's what he's there for, but he's not functioning. So nothing personal. You got to go. So tell the guy thanks and see somebody in France want him. If Juventus want him back, sure. Take him back. Right. And let's get the money in. And he also, besides the price we get from his wages are exorbitant. So most of the time in football, it doesn't be the price we pay for the players we breaking in. It has to be the wages, because remember they have to calculate the financial aspect in terms of jersey sales. And so look, I have a Pogba jersey I wear now. No Pogba jersey ain't selling no more. Who buying a Pogba jersey? It ain't making no. It's so funny, you know. But when Beckham went to Real Madrid, they didn't buy Beckham one for playing, they buy Beckham for jersey sales, and they don't make no mistake about it. When Beckham went PSG, jersey sales again AC Milan. No, the beauty of Beckham, he was a player, so he contributed to the team. The business part of the football was important. But so now, in the case of Pogba, business, because at the end of the day, economic wins all. Economics rules all. All you nice blag and you want to win economics.
All right, thanks.
Economic point of view, tell me.
What I'm gonna do? I just want to run through some of the comments because we have some coming in, and then we'll get back to the meat of the conversation, right? Christopher on the inside. Thanks for joining, Christopher. He said, "Post Sir Alex Ferguson, name a time United has been consistent, please."
Under Jose Mourinho, we are consistently terrible.
I can agree with you on that one.
I second that.
Iron Lion saying Maguire is good in our back three. All right. So y'all, if you want to comment on it, make a mental, remember it. Arvin, welcome, man. He said United don't have the leadership on the field. Maguire is not captain, nor a defender. Give Bruno. He has the discipline and mentality. All right. Daniel saying, for me, it's either matter over Fred. What? That's a bold claim there, buddy.
Two different positions too, boy.
Yeah, two different positions.
I don't think matter the legs and the.
I see we going with it, but I can't agree, but I see we going with it.
All right. Alan saying the problem with our centre backs are that they get suckered in the attack and get caught out of position. I think this is something Nicholas Ramdas was talking about. Maguire playing as a attacking midfielder. Anyway, so going back to his point, he said they get caught out of position wise, which is elementary defensive mistakes. And what happened when we play the Turkish side away? Yeah, we had no defenders in position.
Correct.
Hey, talk about who? Nicholas, no. He's saying, but we ain't playing him and calling him trash. So how much money we really going to get from that deal? That's Pogba he's talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at this stage,
Nah, Pogba's still valuable.
Go ahead.
Mario saying, sadly true. And I think this is based on the point Simeon and Callum was making. His heart not in Man United. And Iron Lion saying, sell Pogba and bring Camavinga. Hey, watch me Camavinga having real potential, So
if I go back to about Pogba, I think I definitely have lost confidence in Pogba. Yes, I know he played when we played PSG. The first goal, the winner, he was a big part of the winner. When we played against RB Leipzig, he was a big part of that also. The first goal with Greenwood, he was a big part of that. However, I think it's difficult to really rely on him. I think confidence-wise, I have lost confidence in him, especially with defensive duties. As a midfielder, you have basic defensive duties, and for some reason, I think Pogba too careless. He doesn't really, he doesn't have the team at heart. I think he have himself at heart, and for that reason, if we get, if wherever we get fame, I would take it and really invest into somebody else.
My thing on Pogba, and I don't know if it's more heart overhead, but I see in where Pogba could very much thrive within the team. I think it may require a little more tactical diversity from Oli. I don't know if it's possible. No, watchman. My thing was always yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you, my thing was always getting a proper defensive midfielder to allow Pogba and Bruno to play in advanced positions. Right? I am seeing where Bruno is the more industrious of the two of them. I think the idea of Pogba not being disciplined. Sometimes I think the fact that Pogba not fit coming back into the new season was what would have lent us to believe that. But even last season, the back end, we saw where Pogba was working. Even when Oli had just taken over the job, we see Pogba and we call him Pogba box-to-box midfielder. You understand what I'm saying? What changed? Right? So what I'm saying is the player has the capabilities. All I'm saying is you talk about it, Callum. When he played for France, he had the protection of Kante.
And that's the difference, eh?
Right.
Not only that, but the difference is desire. Difference is desire.
No, I don't think it's only desire.
France, I think he has the desire for France because think about it. That penalty he gave away against Spurs, that penalty he gave away against Arsenal. You think for France he would have been so careless? No.
I don't think he was careless, Nicola. I think
you don't find so?
No, I'm gonna give him the benefit of doubt that he's a consummate professional. Because to get that level, you have to have some kind of professionals about it.
Of course.
What I think is happening, he is off his rhythm, he's stuck at lack of playing time. But mind you, he doesn't deserve any more playing time because of what he performs.
No,
so he's a catch-22,
yeah, catch-22. No, but here I was saying. What we were expecting, and I will always lament and go back to even the transfer window. We knew it had 3 major positions. We could stretch 4 that we needed to get. We needed to get a defensive midfielder, we needed to get a right winger, right, and a centre back. We knew that, and I go push for the left back as well, right? Now, had that because of what we saw before, with a proper defensive midfielder allowing Bruno and Pogba to play an advanced role, with Bruno being a more of a box-to-box, because we see it with Bruno every game, but Bruno playing from goal post to goal post. We are allowing because right now our only attacking creative outlet is Bruno Fernandes. Callum talk about Premiership football being different from the continental football you'll see in Champions League. You will see in the Premiership how they will lock down Bruno, and Bruno start to get frustrated and start to force passes. We've seen it happen so much time before. And when Bruno lock out of a game, we have no other outlet. We're going to tell me.
I know why. If you notice, I've been observing some of the games that happening. What happening, Bruno? Why getting marked out? Teams are actually pulling off a Fred, pulling off a McTominay,
because they know that
them to make a pass now.
Exactly.
And I think about it is schoolboy football with them. All right, go long. We have fast strikers. Don't mark me now. Just float on over the top and let Marshall, let Rashford, let Greenwood, let Cavani run. After a while, teams going to have to come and come and hold me tight. And when they come and hold you tight, step it up to Bruno and we go again. And that's why I find it so frustrating sometimes. I can imagine Ole will be saying, but go put the ass. These is big players, so you do not put one along every now and then? Fred, try a shot now. I
want Fred shooting.
Understand my point.
Yeah.
Once he starts shooting, you have to start to respect it. It might be crap. But example, Roy Keane wasn't the greatest shooter of the ball in the world, but he did it every time the space was there, he would shoot. So when that happens now, teams have to kind of rush out him, and what he does next, slip it to someone. The football is so hard in it. It's difficult, but it ain't so hard in it. So do you know why McTominay is so successful with Scotland? Because he's playing in a lane in the defensive. They play a back 3, and he sometimes falls in that position to a back 4 because the game is in front time and he has more time on the ball. Now he can't play in it, but Manchester United in that defensive midfield, remember that is the engine room of the football game.
Yeah.
So when he wins it, the teams are going to try to recover it quickly.
Yeah.
And this way, I like Scotty McTominay, but this way is a little lack of sharpness. And I mean, sometimes some players, it is what it is.
Yeah.
He reach a level that we have. So we need to, like example, what the beauty of Sorry?
But let me just finish my point with what I was making with Pogba now, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think, and I continue to say it, I think we forgetting what the man do, how good he could be. And once we could get Pogba back in, I think it's part of our responsibility, the club, the coaching staff,
Ole,
to see the qualities of your players and get the best out of them. And I think right now, Ole is not doing that where Pogba is concerned.
Agreed.
But man, you can imagine.
Let me
finish.
What's the next point after that? If he's not getting it out of
Let me finish. Because we're not doing nothing to get him to perform. So he can't say always the next step. Because we're playing Pogba as a defensive midfielder.
Since when we play Pogba as a defensive midfielder.
But that's where we have Pogba playing and we require him to
I disagree. I disagree.
Only stop playing the Pogba as a defender.
Only stop playing the Pogba as a midfielder.
listen to what I'm
We be
saying.
fair. There's never
Yeah,
a
what I'm
time when
saying.
Pogba and Bruno on the field and doesn't have one of the defensive trio between McTominay, Matic, and the Brazilian Fred. Lord,
Oh,
Father. Yeah, one
listen.
of them behind them.
No. Pogba has Oli has always been playing a 4-2-3-1 with the same two defensive. Even though Pogba is not a natural defensive player, he would have responsibilities to provide that kind of defensive cover. Right?
Okay.
So all I'm saying is you play Pogba properly. You get the right players there that will enable and allow Pogba to play to his strengths. Then we will see Pogba flourishing. And that's
So
all I'm saying.
you're going to play Pogba in front of Bruno Fernandes and Bruno Fernandes position?
No. All I'm saying, what I would like to see is we get a proper defensive midfielder. Somebody was talking about an MDD. I would have liked
that's what I'm saying.
I would have
And
liked
go play two defensive midfielders and play two attacking midfielders instead.
We're playing 2-8s.
I agree. I totally agree that way.
That is where you go see Pogba flourishing and all other two talking things go talk about Pogba.
No, watchman. I agree with you. But you know what that means, right? You know what that means, eh? We have a flash sale and sell Fred, sell McTominay, and sell Matic at the same time. Take that money and buy one player and hope you don't get injured, eh?
No, I don't promote a team being flexible and diverse. You know, we could play different formations and different systems, which might mean that we might have to keep Fred, we could keep McTominay. You know, probably Matic could go. But what I'm saying,
so you'll keep Fred, boy.
Yeah, I keeping Fred. I like what Fred is do, boy.
I call him immigration for later.
But Simeon, let me hear you were saying something.
Nah, saying I mean, the chance to do that was this season, but the transfer market was so messed up this season. I mean, we're gonna wait till next year. I mean, we all know we need a CDM. We all know Pogba can't defend, but nothing has changed. I mean, and given what this board and what Ali, has gotten in the transfer market, what makes you think that you're going to have that kind of player come in anytime soon in the next, season to make it possible to do that? The CDMs we have right now are McTominay and Fred, who aren't, they aren't world class. They're not even, they're not complete players at that position. So Pogba can do what he wants to do unless we guys figure it out. And our board has never really given us what we needed anytime in the last few years, besides Bruno. So I don't know, just looks like it's gonna work.
I hear you. Let me just get some comments in. Christopher saying the impression I get from Pogba is that he's a prima donna. He plays for himself. Bruno is showing him up, and he has less physicality and talent than Pogba. I am done making excuses for him. He needs to shape up or ship out. Now, my thing on that is, Christopher, is that we've seen we could have called De Gea a prima donna, and we see bringing in Dean Henderson, what that has done to De Gea.
How dare you?
We could call it has so much players. We could criticize because they've not been playing up to the potential and to the standard that we know. When I look back at the game when we played RB Leipzig, Pogba got dropped for the game before that. And when Pogba came into that RB Leipzig game, that was one of the best games I see Pogba play for the season. We're seeing now. No, but the point I'm making, Callum, is we're seeing now where competition for places is benefiting players. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Pogba knowing that here we're going on Bruno coming, and just to refer to the comment that Christopher made, he's not better than you technically or quality-wise, but he's showing more desire, he's showing more passion, he's fighting for the badge, and he getting results. That will give Pogba the inclination to think, well, hey, I need to up my game. And I'm telling you, with a fit and ready Pogba, Callum was talking about match rhythm, we see where he wasn't lacking that. I'm telling you, with a Pogba who know he has to fight for a place in the team. You don't know what we could do and how we could benefit from that. Complacency out the door.
But still, you're not seeing the consistency. And I don't think bringing in let me say if we did sign Partey, right? or whoever top class the CDM, I don't think Pogba would have been that consistent player that we need.
This is where I will actually meet Reem and Nicholas on the half here, right? About the if game. But we're not playing the if game. Let's play it is what it is game.
It is what it is, and to me,
exactly. The mere fact is that Pogba has been given playing opportunities.
With what we have and what we're working on, because Liverpool, if you look at City, if you look at all the top teams, even Chelsea, you're not seeing that prima donna in that team. Every single thing for those teams. So why
break it down, right?
We have a prima donna, or people perception of we have a prima donna on our team, and how those other teams they have no prima donna. Everybody fighting 100% every time.
What make Pogba prima donna? Because he's dying here, because he's dance? What make Pogba prima donna?
Maybe
for one,
the moment they start to do that, but the moment they start to do that, right? But the moment perception is the first thing people get a few, right?
But that don't mean it's a fact. That don't make it a fact.
Yeah, but what I said is this, right? You had a perception of you, and then you're not consistent. So then what it is? Then you're not justifying it. You're not justifying it. Well, then justify it by that prima donna, and you're not doing that consistent enough. One game there, you have a good game, not good enough.
Let me ask a question, Reem. The game is professional football. Just I want to hear Simon. So go ahead, Simon. You talk first.
No, like the whole prima donna business. Like you see Pogba try to play defense, but you see a different Pogba when he play attack. Like you see Pogba eyes just light up when he in that second third. You see Pogba all over the field. You just don't see it all over the field. It's like if you could swap Pogba out as he passed the halfway point in defense each game, that'd be fine. But like Pogba just seems like he just want to play attacking football. And I don't know if it's because it's natural or if, you see him try sometimes, but he gets so awkward in defense and, like everything he does in the defensive, side of things just looks awkward and like he's forcing himself to play it. It's not like a natural thing for him. So when I say prima donna, I feel like two different Pogbas.
No, I agree with you. But the job title is midfielder. A midfielder means you play in the middle of the park, where the transition from defense to attack and attack to defense happens. So Pogba, as part of his job title, has to defend. Now, whether or not he's good at it is another question. But the eye test for us all on the panel and all Manchester United fans is that he's failing the eye test in terms of effort. And that is the biggest problem everybody has them. Because look at Bruno. Bruno is not a defender, but he gets himself along the field. Even when he gave away the penalty in one of the games, I can't remember, but I'll put that back on when he was fighting Philip Shaw. Even Bruno still be trying. A couple of the games where we lost terribly against Spurs and against I think Brighton and Crystal Palace. He was still running back and trying to get it. He wasn't getting there, but he was trying. So we could say, you know what, Bruno Fernandes is for the team. That's why a lot of people shouting for him to be captain now, because of the effort by the eye test. When we look at Pogba now, look at his body language. He is just striding around the field, even when he's trying to defend. He rocks back and just make it like a kind of saga boy run. No, when a player is trying, busting a gut to get there, you see digging, he blue and he coming. Pogba isn't doing that. So at the end of the day, we do have time. It is not Manchester United and the Pogbas. It's Manchester United. So Pogba has been given many opportunities because he is being played intermittently off and on, and the whole idea is to work him back into the team because he was injured for a while. So it was just train back into throw up the chemistry. He has to work himself back in the team, and right now, every time he gets a chance, he's failing. Now, me personally, just a quick one. If I was running that team, what I would have done, I'd have flipped the whole team over. I'd have played a 4-4-2. I'd have pushed Bruno Fernandes on the right-hand side, put Pogba on the left-hand side, but not as wingers, as inside wide attacking players that going forward and back in the lanes. I'll have to play two strikers, and God forgive me, I'll put McTominay and Fred, or Fred and Matic in the middle, and tell them just destroy. When they get the ball, pass it for Pogba, pass it for Bruno Fernandes. And I'll tell Bruno Fernandes and Pogba play in the inside lane, and they would open for Teles and for Wan-Bissaka. So we'd have one plug the center of our pack, because we'd have two fighters in the front of the pack. I tell them I don't need no contribution, they kick down people. Seriously. And also, teams now would have to really playing players in those two inside lanes, because how many teams outside our city does play players in that inside lane outside the wingers? And this way we'd have to hide Pogba a little more on the field, because it have been a kind of free lane, and then still Bruno would have had the freedom to get inside. And now our speedsters and my cousin Marshall will have played in the right position on top, and we'll have been two attacking players, Cavani and with boy Greenwood, Marshall and Rashford, and you have to admit they do better when they are together linking up. I'll try that.
I guess want to touch on one thing, and probably what we could do is leave this topic and move on to something else. But before I do that, go ahead, Simeon.
Are you seeing my boy Greenwood pass the ball today? Are you see that Greenwood pass?
We try.
But
Pass the ball. I was like,
Well, you have the quad goal.
I'm like, buddy.
Yeah, but I find Cavani here too greedy, boy.
Yeah, he was real greedy when he come on.
No,
He was greedy.
Real greedy when he come on.
He light up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it a little too greedy. I find like it looks
What
like
do
he
you think about?
has something. You know, like he didn't want to pass to Cavani.
But remember,
What do you think about it? Cavani talked to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cavani talked to him.
Cavani
Yeah,
talked to him. Cavani was like, hey. I see pass about the game.
Let me just make one closing point on Pogba before we move on, right? We gotta appreciate and remember that players different. Callum was talking about the eye test, right? Now, looking at the industry Bruno offer and comparing it to Pogba, I think that's unfair because it's two different type of players, and I think that is the beauty of diversity in the team. You know, where you have two players offering something totally different, but it's still benefiting the team.
Yeah,
so to say that you will see Bruno doing stuff and Pogba not do it is also like I could look at Marcel and Rashford and say Marcel don't run as hard as Rashford. Rashford better than Marcel. Rashford deserves to be in the team and not Marcel. I think that is unfair. You know, when you're making judgments based on those kind of things, you have to recognize that players have different qualities. And I mean Pogba we know from day one Pogba is languid. Pogba is not a sprinter. Pogba, you know, Pogba is leap. Pogba is run like a what is called like them dinosaur on them. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that the man not trying to get back. That doesn't mean that the man don't want to defend.
Dinosaurs I think,
No, but you watching how Bruno tenacity, you watching Bruno aggression and say, well, because Pogba not doing that, Pogba not playing good, or Pogba not good enough. And I think that's unfair assessment on your eye test without understanding that
consistency, right? The rating on consistency.
All right, so consistency is Pogba came into the season not prepared physically. Oli admitted that he shouldn't have rushed Pogba into the team. The man dealt with coronavirus. The man had injuries. So if we had to start on that, then let me fault Oli for rushing the player back. Right?
Yeah, but he played two games.
What that really wicked in a way?
He played 90 minutes. He played 90 minutes of France. So
but how much games after that, Nico? The man played about 4 goals for Man United before he went to France. So you had to look at match rhythm. The man said in the interview that he now finding back rhythm. He now finding back.
All right, so let me hope he find back some rhythm now. Let me hope so.
All right, so let me not judge the man and everybody don't say the man.
What we agree that Reem is Pogba number one fan, and then we just move on. I Team Pogba.
All right. Let me get some comments, right? Nicholas saying that's false. Bruno is getting. All right, I'm not sure I read this correct, right? But let me see. That's false. Bruno is getting more freedom than Pogba had. And when Oli gave Pogba freedom in Oli's first months or so, Pogba was. Thank you very much, Nicholas. Thank you very much. And that's why I was trying to get at it. Anyway, they want to hear that. Christopher saying, I say that he's a prima donna because he always has something to say to the media when he goes on international duty. It's always drama with him. I don't mind the haircuts and the dancing, but I want him to perform consistently. He doesn't do that yet. He has the most to say. Do you speaking on the pitch and not in the media?
Exactly.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Iron Lion saying Greenwood has a point to prove. Yeah, because right now, Cavani
He's too greedy today. He's a little too greedy today.
Definitely. Nicholas is saying, but these same men want miss a 5-yard pass McTominay to play weekend.
Yeah, well, I know, but in fact, I don't appreciate what McTominay. All right.
Hey, I am a fan.
All right.
Alan saying, but Reem Pogba last season wants to go Real Madrid. Let him play like how he playing now and see how the Burnham will do him. It's true. True.
He ain't gonna sweat. James Rodriguez couldn't even get onto the team. Yeah.
In the building.
That's what we're talking about. Welcome. He's saying free Pogba. I agree with Reem. Now we're saying, man.
I guess I sure everybody here wanna get the best out of Pogba. And if we get the best out of Pogba, we'll be happy. You know, but is if we get the best out of time, you know?
It's another point Simeon make, and I think that will be real make or break for Pogba. Is if the board will support Oli in buying the right players to allow certain players to flourish on the team, and if they didn't do it this summer gone, I think that summer gone was the time to do it.
Right now,
then
all you had to invest in a football academy coach to put some basics, and also a psychologist to work on Pogba brain. Might come up better. So
anyway, so back to the game earlier, you know, because I think we railed through. But I didn't get the opportunity to share my views on the game. In terms of the Van de Beek and Fred selection, I was full in support with it. I think going into this game, Oli knew that he couldn't go too defensive. And in one of the previous reviews, I had mentioned to Nico, I'm a little concerned with the defensive-minded players in a McTominay and a Fred when they're really trying to break down a team. And Oli knew he had to get a result today, you know? So he needed to go with players that he were attack-minded. You had to risk it. And I don't know, I can't remember if it's Callum or Simeon had mentioned it before. This was a game where we had to say, here we're going on. We had to outscore our opponents this game. We needed it so much that if it had to go down to the wire, then we go win the game 4-3 or 5-4. You know, I did find, and I was very uncomfortable with the fact that, you know, Istanbul found it so easy to penetrate our defense and get opportunities. That's not comfortable feeling, which is why at the same time I conflicted because I agree that we need two defensive midfielders. But what I'm saying is not every game, because there will be the teams that we would need to play players with attacking mindset, with attacking quality for us to get the opportunities. When they go back to that West Brom game, we talk about chances. Our attacking players, our strikers don't get enough chances to score goals. We can't be giving our striker one chance and saying, well, wait, boy, he should have scored that and then we'd have win the game. I think that's unfair to our strikers. When you look at teams like Liverpool, Man City, them strikers getting 4, 5, 6 chances per game. You understand what I'm saying? So their conversion rate will always be high because they're getting more chances to try to score. We giving Marcel one chance and then expecting Marcel to score. Yes, now, Callum. Cavani, look at Cavani today. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes I realize Cavani struggle with service for opportunities today. And that's why even when Greenwood came on, he had so much chances, Greenwood could have slipped in Cavani. But Greenwood wanted to take it for himself. Fred was frustrating today in some of his attacking passes. You understand? He went for the spectacular ball when he could have gone for something a little more similar. And we struggle with those kind of passing decisions. So all I'm saying is here what's going on. In certain games, the games where we know teams possess the ball better than us, like a Man City and Liverpool, you know, and they'll sit against PSG, we will need to play those two defensive midfielders in the likes of McTominay and Fred. But when you see you're playing against teams that you know we go outscore, I will risk it and play attack-minded midfielders.
Alright. Yeah. I agree.
Kevin saying, big up the fire marshal, respect Reman Nico. Welcome to the panel, Simeon. Thanks for that,
Yeah, man.
Kevin.
Yeah, man, yeah. But
We know
comment.
we know Kevin and Callum, you know, on neck and neck with the library agenda. Big up to that man. Nicholas saying right.
Yeah, you have
right.
a point. Right next pause today was a good day. We're talking about players, but what about Ole? And you have a really good point about Ole, because I am of the opinion that whereas I'm not gonna blame Ole, but I'm saying at this point in time I'm thinking Ole is just not has whatever it takes to get our team over the hump. If it's making the right demands of the board, get him to do what he wants, or the Ole is focusing getting water out of stone with some of the players we had, because there are some players. Look today we saw the Brazilian as what you name, who was wing back for Istanbul.
Phyllis?
No. Who played Istanbul wing back?
Rafael.
Natural shooting, but Manchester United. So if he get water out of stone out of that boy. He and his brother, it's Fabio or something brother name.
Fabio.
So I just make why into water them fellas. My point being, I'm going back to the. But I heard you say something earlier. I want to touch on it. You spoke about chances created by the big teams, and you talk about Liverpool, talk about Man City. Man City and Liverpool create a lot of the chances from pressure. Eh? Their players are up in your face. They are playing with attacking three that are defensive three. Because let's look at Liverpool, for example. Firmino, Mane, and Salah. Three of them that's be in defensive throat in the face of the bat. A lot of the chances they get, they win back the ball pretty quickly. And
how do you feel? Yeah.
Yeah, the two defensive midfield, which is either Henderson and Fabinho, Henderson and Wanalga, Henderson and who else okay? These guys, these guys, they don't that front five. As they say, go they're there, and same thing Manchester City now. A lot of their chances are one back balls, tackles, snippets, and they get back in. And so, if we're gonna get to the modern type of football, and that's where we're going to the Pogba conversation. They have no passengers on them team, you know. All these are big players. Look at Kevin De Bruyne. Still the key world class top player anyway right now. He works his butt off, you know. So I understand all what you are saying against about Pogba, you know, but in the modern game, and what we need to be doing, we can't afford passengers, and Pogba is a luxury. He playing like a luxury player right now. I ain't against him, and I just saying the truth. It is what it is.
Lord Callum, you're going down that road again. Let me go down that road.
I know. Because I don't think we ready to fight.
Cross that bridge.
Iron Lion saying so.
Yeah, let me hear information.
My formation is a 4-3-3. A 4-3-3 is my formation. One defensive pivot, and you have two number 8s. That was always my formation.
All right. Out of our present players, who's that one player go play?
Now, well, that was my ideal formation, right? But for this team right now, a 4-2-3-1. However, one player would be defend. Well, how to play it? Nico know, I just always go back to the Sevilla game in the Europa League last season. You see how Fred and Pogba played in that area, where Fred was giving you energy and industry, and Pogba was the one, you know, pushing up. And he was still coming, he was still tracking. Bruno was
the helper.
Yeah, that is my best team. That team that play against
I actually agree with you there. Now. With all the players we also play well as well the helpers. Because our creative players like even Mata, Pogba, and as I said, Bruno Fernandes, and even Van der Beek. These are 3 to 4, 3.5 creative players. But in order to get creation from them, they can't be or could defend instantaneously one time. So they need to be given cover. And where our team loses that, we all agree that we are playing with 2 defensive midfielders, and that'll just crash just so far. We played 1 and get an extra attacking midfielder inside. So I understand the argument for Pogba. I really do. It's really up to Pogba to get his game together, to get there. But I understand what you're saying.
But as I say, you had spoken about Liverpool and City winning the ball back early. What I saw today, and I saw it a couple of times before, if Bruno leading the line with the high press. And I saw it today, and I can't remember which game I saw it again, But it's like we saw three. I don't know if it's against the game against Everton, Nico, where we see Bruno, Fred, and McTominay closing down spaces and winning back the ball fast. I don't like that kind of zonal marking that we used to do under Fergie. Serious, I think that time that football changed plenty. You know, where we had enough overloads to win back possession. You know, and I think that style that Fergie was so successful with, I think with the kind of players now that you're having, it should making our players look lethargic. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can see a team bursting into attack us and women jogging back because them in positions to zone out now.
Exactly.
You know? And that football, I don't think that will obtain now. So that's why it does make up. But Bruno trying to start that kind of counter press. Go ahead, Simeon.
Because listen, in fairness, when you're preparing a player, you look at the three aspects of a player: the tactical, the technical, and the physical. And I like to add the fourth, intensity. Right? And then you look at players like Luke Shaw. He may be tactically alright, he may be technically alright, but physically, Luke Shaw was just too slow. I had no idea how to put it. I watch him play. Luke Shaw is really trying. He just weird.
But Luke Shaw quick boy. Luke
Shaw,
he quick. He doesn't look quick, but he quick.
Or you do job test on that job you on there? I tired see Luke Shaw men blazing past Luke Shaw and he run. Against Newcastle, Luke Shaw just keep down man so he couldn't keep up. No, Nicholas, there's no argument, Nicholas. There's no argument. You're wicked boy. You're wicked boy. You're old spare boy. Nah.
No. If I had agreed with Nico,
no.
Defensively has been a lot better. Going forward is where my issues are with Luke Shaw.
No, I agree with you, but I left back. I will defend as a defense first. And Luke Shaw is slow and he's always caught out.
He's slow. So slow.
You're right. He's slow. He's dead slow. I just saw the back. Simeon, in your opinion, against this argument, do you consider Luke Shaw fast or slow?
Well, the man got the injury. Man come off like last year before. The man didn't mean the same sense of injury. So I don't see him being fast, but I ain't gonna say slow, but. Even my first guy,
you're on defense.
On
All right, let's move on. Lindelof.
Mine's slow, but I ain't gonna call him fast.
Let's move on. Lindelof. You see what I mean? No, Lindelof is technically a brilliant player. You could see it. Tactically, he isn't bad.
Yeah.
But once again, the physical part of the game. And look at the great defenders. Their first aspect will be the physical. Like the people like the John Terry's, the even Liverpool who is injured right now. Why doesn't I remember the guy name?
Trent?
Liverpool. No, the stopper.
Van
Dijk. Physical athletes first, and then we go work on the other parts of the game because of the defender. All the guys in the world a defender have. If you don't have the physical part of the game down, you could run, tackle, fight, scratch. The rest of the game doesn't matter. You understand where I'm coming from? So we really need to look at some of the so-called athletes we bring in there. So and once you have two weaknesses in defense, you're in trouble. So we get out one now. We are Tellers looking at the real attacker. Look at him today. He was pretty good defending. I like how you throw yourself around and things. Even when we brought in Wan Bissaka has its shortcomings. We agree technically. Wan Bissaka is terrible in the middle of the field, but he's physically able. So in the defensive turn, he's always made those late tackles. I mean, is an issue because as we know, the purest of the defenders always say, "The move you have to lie down to tackle, you already make a mistake."
But just
but
I agreed. But like,
that's a big mistake. I mean? Like that's team building. Like that's why such a mess. I mean, look at the team right now. It's like no one planned this team out. It's like as a coach, you want to build a team on a certain way, like pressing. If you want your team to press, you want to bring in guys that you want to run on the ball. You want to get forward to be doing the same thing. Yeah, in the whole team. As a coach, that's where I have a power with Ali. Like Ali too laid back. It's like I want him to say, okay, well, yeah, we kind of let this game. He was like, oh, they came back into this game. I'm like, I want to be laughing, saying that. I want to have show some emotion. Like we should have not let them come back in this game. We should have, clamped down. We should have, sealed up, and it's like he's still at ease, and it's kind of like, yeah, I know you want to be the friend, but at the same time, you gotta set some, foundations for his team.
Exactly.
It's like I'm sure it's ingrained in City and Liverpool. You guys gotta press forwards. Everybody gotta press. That's our identity. Every game we do that. It's not one game, two game. It's like I just feel like there's no plan as far as what kind of team we're gonna be. And
No
in the game, it's like
consequences.
all he wants to do one thing.
I just-
It's like all he wants to do one thing, and then the board does another thing, and all he goes in there is like, well, let's see what we have here, and whatever comes out, I'm good with it. It's like, and that's something you would never have, back in the day with Ferguson. I keep coming back to Ferguson, but when we first saw his club and what it was, you knew what you were going to expect every single game, and now it's like you don't know what to expect. It's just inconsistency. One day you're great, scoring 4 goals, with no kind of chances, and the next day it's like you can't score 1 goal. There's no plan for anything. It seems like sometimes.
You're absolutely right, my brother. But this comment you have up here, Reem, from Davian, Ole isn't tactically productive enough. I disagree. Now. I am sure Ole playing the game as a professional, being a coach for many years. He tactically is aware. But I think Ole is losing the script in his ability to get it out of the players. And also, you will have heard the rumors in the press where they said after a game, Ole and Bruno had it out because Bruno was pissing mad with the team and Bruno came and flipped out in the dressing room and he was acting up and Ole wasn't having it. So Ole told me that basically we told me that pardon. So when I heard that, I was like, what? I heard like sports them speak. They say sometime halftime. Alex Ferguson had a big Roy Keane to calm down. They're winning. But if somebody a player not giving enough, they say Alex Ferguson talk. The senior players will be down your throat. I heard this guy, Ian Wright. Yeah, we already speak about it with Arsene Wenger. They say no, Arsene Wenger was not an aggressive coach, but they say the dressing room was so aggressive. And most of when he come in, just me and say a word because they would be fighting each other. Are you crazy, Mr. Tackle? Are you crazy? That man that just scored as your mark and you had a fight in the dressing room. Big fight, Bacchanal. No, it was a real canal disturbing to hear, well, the rumors were that Bruno was pissed off with the team and he came and he said the cuss and get on. And all the vexed him. Tell him, boy, be yourself, calm down. No, man. We need to, it's blood, sweat, and tears. Is that we have to understand football, the original game, began from war. If you do a research, the Aztecs had a game where one village would play against the next village, and if you like a losing captain would lose his head. And if you were the winning captain, you would have the village would be yours until the next game. That's how serious football is. In the British had their first version of the game would be 2 tongues against 2 tongues, and they would move an object from one party to the next time would be a literal fight for weeks on end. I mean, real fight, you could lose your life. No, look at all the winning teams in the world. Look at Bayern Munich. Did you all see Bayern Munich's physical? Look at this Bayern Munich players physically that won the Champions League. They all were great gods. They were physically imposing. Real Bacchanal. Look at our team. We have any physically? Seriously, do we have a physically imposing player on our team? They can say, wait, look at that man.
Slabber.
Remember yesterday?
Maguire. Slab head.
No, he had just big goals. He's not physically. No, because look at Maguire. You actually see when players pick up the ball one-on-one with Maguire, the eyes just light up. Aha, I could take Maguire. Back in the glory days, you men visit one-on-one the passing the ball. They know it has. They know you're close to rip down. Even with God bless you, Johnny Evans. I love it.
Bye.
You ever said? You see anybody try? Answer this question, guys. You ever see anybody trying to take on Bailly? Think about it. You ever see a player trying to take on Bailly? They are quite aware taking on Bailly, taking a chance with a career. No, we need more. No, it's something funny. But
still, you need the aggression with control.
But if I had to choose, I could only get one aggression or control. Like right through, then love and only control right through because he pressing XX double jab, nothing, he just cruising. Come now, man. And with all that, I like Lindelof in him. When you watch at his game, Lindelof is a real nice, smooth player. He's nice to watch it. But in the Premiership, we don't want a nice thing. Look at this guy for Everton, Minya from Colombia.
Mina.
You see if it's right in the Premiership? No, he's a big good cutter. You can see he have no kind of control in him, but he's effective. No, example, perfect example. Chelsea. Frank Lampard, this is one of the most brilliant piece of businesses by getting the Silva to come across to Chelsea. You see the improvement in Chelsea defense since himself and Mendy joined that team. The team is a totally different team. How many times you see the Silva lie down? When you play against Manchester and he nil draw, even when Marshall chop him up, he just turn cool and breezy and put and just bend down his spot, bam, the ball come up for him. Because, and mind you, one thing, the real Brazilians we're talking about, the nasty, they could tackle, they could fight. You understand? That is our Brazilian. That thing we had the impact of fighting with our Manchester United player. But you all understand the point I'm trying to make, right? The physical part of the game, Manchester United is solely lacking. We have no real athletes. The closest thing we have to athletes is Rashford because he has natural blistering pace. Even Daniel James has pace, but
we must. I think that goal today.
I ain't fighting him. And why? Why Manchester United strength transition from defense to attack. Yeah. Perfect.
All right, guys. So we went way over time, but when the conversation sweet, you know, sometimes they can't part-time limit on it. But you know. So what we'll do now, I mean, we had a mouthful. I'll just allow every, you know, one of you all to give some closing, you know, remarks, and then we'll wrap it up. Callum?
Simple. I just want anybody on Facebook there have your number for the Brazilian immigration office. They get Fred to send to the Port Fred. Understand? And if you can't give me a number, give me the French office because I write up the Port Pogba. And if I can't get that one, give me the Norwegian office. Then we get rid of Wole. Also, that's cool.
Simeon, any closing remarks, buddy?
No, I just want to say, like, I think, this game, I think, set up next game. Like, I want to see what his starting line, what Ali's starting lineup is going to be for the next game, because they look good in this game. I mean, besides the defense is going to be what it's going to be, but it's Ali going to be more offensive or defensive in the next game, and I think that's going to decide how the season goes from here on.
Yeah. I think Southampton flying high right now. So I could guarantee if all these are smart fellas that no way you're gonna see Fred and Van de Beek in midfield. You know? Hey, thanks Iron Lion for joining, man.
Yeah. Again, for me, I've definitely Callum. I'm a Fred fan. You know what I mean? I think he has improved a lot. I think he has the energy that really have us where we are right now. You know what I mean? According to however we are, or however you might say we are right now, I think he's one of the main catalysts within our team right now. However, I think that we should have won the group today, honestly. I think for me, I would always look back at that game in Istanbul. I think that in Turkey, I think that we should have definitely at least gotten a point in Turkey, you know. So I think I will always regret it until we get outside the group. Today was a big step again, or even a big statement in terms of maybe even confidence. You know, I think that goal that Bruno would have scored today, it is showing the form that he is in. I think that is a sign of maybe what's to come from Bruno. You know, when you see players scoring those kind of goals, you know they are at the top of the form. Or the confidence level is right up there. I think that could only be good for us. I think when into Southampton, watch all your plays, you know what I mean? You just see one thing and we say, well, our boy Southampton, we're not get a tail bus. But for some reason, I think we'll see a good game on the weekend. I think I don't want to say we'll win because when you say we will win, what happen? The reason last time you say when I say draw, we just win, so I'll go with that draw. And yeah, I think today was a good performance overall. I think
who will play this weekend, Southampton?
Yeah, yes, we would have given Istanbul some chances. They scored, and then after that shot came out, the post things could have been if that score could have been different. We got the win. I think we would take that going forward. I think the confidence should be okay going into the weekend and for PSG next week. How are we talking about, Callum?
I agree with what you all saying. My only concern, and I think Nico are echoing you here, way. Sometimes you just don't know which United go show up on any given day. You know, and that is the consistency that we really crying out for within the team. You know, in games like these, the first half in particular, we seeing what the team could do. We seeing the abilities coming together with tactical preparation, see, and a proper game plan. We've seen when everything comes together, what the capabilities are. You know, I don't want to take anything away from what we did today by saying, well, it's only Istanbul, Basaksehir. You know, I believe that we saw the kind of quality we saw today is something that could happen or should be happening on a regular basis, and that's where Oli comes in, right? Callum just say that Oli is not the special one, right? We know that from the start because the special one failed, right?
Miserably too.
The special one find back he group, you know.
Yeah, but you see type of football he playing, he not play that Manchester United football.
That football real one-dimensional, right, Callum?
You see that football he playing?
No, but you see what I like about Jose. Jose demands all his players play, and the key to Jose football, the guy I don't know why I don't know his name. He played defensive midfield. You see after the game, Jose ran around, hug him up. Yes,
Højbjerg.
No. Mr. Gregory Burris, I don't like Jose at all. Make it really clear. I just like to call a spade, and Jose find back the groove. But
I don't think Jose find back no groove.
The moment
find back no groove.
get injured, that thing fall down. The
But
moment
hear what now? Hear what?
That thing gone.
Let me just look on the top of the league and see where what's going on and get back to me, right? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. All
right. Let me talk at the end of the season, the table don't lie. There's not even midway in the season yet. So the end of the season when the table doesn't lie. Right? So at the end of the season, let me say where the table lie.
Well, I'll be to be with Tottenham is and where we is, yes. Don't leave it that way, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, guys, it was nice having you all on the inside. You know, Coach Fire Marshall, thanks for joining in, and Simeon from all the way from I don't know what part of the US you're at right now. You know, but thanks for joining in. We know the time. You all are hour behind.
Really?
I don't know if he here man there, but
Indiana, man, Indiana.
Oh, Indiana, right.
Yeah.
So
yep. Yeah, it's 9:28 here.
Okay. All right. So you still have an hour to go and do something. We at 10:30 right now, you know. So we want to wrap it up here, guys. It was nice. And guys, be reminded. Thanks for the likes and the comments. You know, we appreciate it. Be reminded that this is also on YouTube. This content is also on YouTube. So go across and search All in All United and subscribe now. You know, let me get the content on that platform as well. All right. So have a good night, guys, and we will be here on Sunday evening. Hopefully a positive review, Nico. Again.
Well, win or loss, you know, we here.
Yeah, but win or loss, we here, but we're hoping for a positive result.
And for Reem's sake, hopefully we play the 4. Where you want to play?
We can't play a 4-2-3, so we have to play a 4-2-3.
Well, hopefully they put Pogba and Fred in the midfield, and 2 of them alone. Now let me see what happens in the midfield alone.
You crazy?
No, that what Reem say. That what Reem say. That what Reem say. Let you go to what Reem say.
Let me get the last comment. Go ahead, Nico. What are you saying?
No, I say not yet for Pogba and Fred, not yet. Pogba got confidence back and not yet. For now, honestly, I take it for that McTominay. I take McTominay at the weekend.
Davian saying all pundits bash Jose at Man U for playing like the way he played now at Spurs. That is so correct, eh?
Yeah, that rubbish.
No, I agree too, but we are Manchester United. And let me be clear on that. We are Manchester United, greatest team in the world. So anytime we have to go out and play how Jose had to play, come like Brazil. Do you know Dunga lost one game in Brazil in the final immediately? Because at the end of the day, he was very successful. Dunga won the Copa America, won the Confederation Cup, and he lost in the World Cup quarterfinals to Holland. That was in 2006. And they fired him immediately because it just wasn't the Brazilian way. And Jose just wasn't the Manchester United way.
Yeah, I agree.
Glory, Manchester United.
It doesn't show up. I don't know what you're referring to here, and that's probably.
You're talking about Pogba,
Nah, he ain't talking about Pogba. Anyway, guys, it was nice, you know.
Yes, Simeo, nice to meet you, pal.
Yeah, man. All the way from Indiana.
Good man.
Yeah.
All right, so have a good night, everybody, and we will see you all on Sunday evening, God's willing.
Yeah, good night.
Blessings.
And you know, man.
It is.